Hey, what's up, everybody? Time for another game theory community discussion video about fucking footsies again. And I think I'm gonna do another 4K rollback analysis about it as well with 3 Pikachus because I haven't done that in a while, so.
Oh, jeez, Bob, you better not draw pee-pee again.
No promises, Pikachu. So anyway, I saw this stupid thing again. More talk about fucking footsies, right? And I said it before, the only reason people even say footsies is because they want to seem cool and they want to seem smart. So you go to someone that doesn't know about your hobby and you use a different word that they're not familiar with. And you're like, hey, footsies. You haven't heard of that. And you're like, oh, you must know what you're fucking talking about, footsies. You know? But the thing is, what footsies meant in Street Fighter 2 is not what it means in Street Fighter 5. It's not what it means in Street Fighter 6. It's not even possible. Footsies, mashing on duck short, checking with low attacks, you don't even do that in newer games. And then because of the way proximity guard, proximity blocking, whatever you want to call it, in Street Fighter 2 works, then you could say that just playing footsies by mashing on a little attack, whatever, trying to check with your attacks like that to get into range, you know what I mean, to get into your sweet spots, it also affects neutral because of proximity guard and everything like that. Like I've showed videos how if a dude is just standing and you're mashing on a duck short, if I try to walk up and throw you from a certain distance, I can't. But if you even randomly press back while I'm trying to check you and play footsies, I can then walk from a further distance away and you cannot walk back from that throw. You know, footsies affected neutral in a way that it doesn't affect other games. And even footsies just getting to Super Turbo because of the way that priority and hitboxes and hurtboxes work, which is another thing that you could get into. Why is the community, why are so many new school players like obsessed with the idea that, oh, I hate that, you know, old school players say priority because it's not real, but, oh, hey, can we use the term footsies even though it doesn't even mean the same thing anymore? You know what I mean? It's fucking retarded, right? But I made so many videos, but even Super Turbo with, you know, priority of moves started getting flipped around and you couldn't play footsies the same way anymore. Footsies was changing even in Super Turbo I showed. Just playing footsies with old Ryu is different than new Ryu. Then you got the Street Fighter Alpha. Footsies again was changing, right? But anyway, again, footsies is not the same. If you say the word footsies in Street Fighter 2, it does not mean the same word as it does in Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6. So if we have established that's true, and there's so many fucking people that they can't even, you know, only quotation marks, only, you know, not only, right? Only, you know, there's lots of stupid people everywhere, but only, you know, oh, it's hard to say exactly what it is, a nebulous term. I'd like to argue that I think strategy is about, you know, footsies is about strategy, you know, all this kind of shit. If you are trying to define a word that you don't even know exactly what it means, why don't you just say neutral? Right? Because you could say, oh, the neutral Street Fighter 2, that works. Neutral, that's a common word. You could say the neutral fucking Guilty Gear, the neutral Dragon Ball Fighter Z, the neutral Street Fighter 5, the neutral 6, 3, 4, whatever the fuck it is. People only say footsies because it makes them seem cool. Oh, I have this hobby and we say footsies, but it doesn't even mean the same thing. It's like I made that silly video talking about the word gay. Gay does not mean the same thing that it did back in the, whatever, Back to the Future 40 or 50s, whenever people used the gay. Maybe it was, I don't know. You know what I mean? Whatever. Gay does not mean the same word. Just like lots of words throughout history, they start to change meaning, right? But the problem is when the community tries to apply what footsies is, quotation marks, is nowadays, back in the day, and like, oh, well, footsies is like this now, but, you know, it sucked back then too. It's like the word doesn't even mean the same thing. Why don't you just fucking say neutral? You only say it because you want to seem cool. It's like retarded. So let's look at this, right?
Oh, God, Bob, you're drawing a pee-pee again? I thought you're not going to do that anymore. It's not a pee-pee.
It's not a pee-pee, Pikachu. I'm forgetting the voices. Let's look at this. I'm gonna do this because it shows like the ouroboros of how retarded people are about Street Fighter 2. So we have this snake right here, right?
Bob, that's not a snake. What the fuck? It's a pee-pee. Okay, it's a snake.
Anyway, Pikachu. So let's say this. We got, you know, there's a mound of like players all right here, right? There's a congested amount of players.
Oh, God, what are you doing, Bob?
So now let's say that there's a snake.
A snake, Bob? Snake.
Yeah, it's a snake peeked you.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so this is what I've said before. I don't want to do this voice anymore. Okay, it's too early in the morning. Okay, so let's say that again, and I've used this for so many years, however long I've talked about fucking Street Fighter. Back in the day, people thought that simple things had too much of an influence on the match. Dragon punches, fireball, dragon punch trap, footsies, you know what I mean? These simple things had too much of an influence on the match, right? So the Jimmy got mad and he's like, oh, combos, those should be what is more important. Combos should be more important. Well, unfortunately, games progressed. Combos started becoming more important because to do more damage, since single hit attacks and just checking during footsies didn't do as much damage, with punishing whatever didn't do as much damage, combos started becoming more important, right? Oh, but then combos were too hard. Oh, fuck, the math nerd, the Jimmy.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, fuck, Bob. This is okay. Well, I don't think it's a pee-pee, but it's weird.
You know what I mean? So, oh, that's too hard. You know what I mean? Combos. Make it easier. Make combos easier. You know what I mean? And like, oh, fuck, well, now combos are easier, but I still can't win. Oh, fuck, right? And so it's an ouroboros. And they're like, oh, well, back in my day.
Bob, what the fuck did you draw?
I'm drawing an ouroboros, like the snake eats its own poop, right? So what I'm getting at is, again, oh, simple things have too much influence on the match. Fireballs, dragon punches, footsies have too much influence on the match. You know what I mean? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not fair. Oh, make combos harder. Oh, combos more important. Oh, well, combos are too hard. You know what I mean? Make combos easier. Oh, well, combos are easier and I still can't win. Oh, you know what I mean? Can we have all these different ways to get around neutral and make whatever? Oh, all these new things in Street Fighter 6 are so terrible. Street Fighter 5, I hate the neutral back in this, but back in my day, we played footsies. And then you hear this new school player like, whoa, footsies. And this, you know what I mean? So it's like, you said you hated these simple things back in the day. You hated footsies. You hated that simple things had such a, influence on the match. But now you're talking about Street Fighter 2 in a loving way. Oh, I still want to use the term footsies, even though it doesn't even mean the same thing because you complain so much. You changed the fucking narrative of what Street Fighter 2 is. And now you have eaten your own shit. You are the ouroboros. Do you get what I'm saying?
Bob, you are one sick, dirty individual. But yes, I get what you're saying.
So anyway, you know what I mean? Like I said, hopefully you get what I'm going to say. Like, people always find a thing to complain about. But the thing that gets me is you're using this terminology and you're using the word in a way that it was not used before. When we say footsies back in Street Fighter 2, it came from Ryu mashing that duck short to check attacks. You know what I mean? Because Ryu and Ken were not good in fucking Street Fighter 2. You know what I mean? They had to check these attacks. You couldn't fireball pokes even in the original Street Fighter 2. You know what I mean? You couldn't fucking do it, dude. You had to check. You had to whiff punish if you could. You know what I mean? You couldn't even DP a poke half the time, you know what I mean? Or you could, but not get knocked down. You know what I mean? So you checked because that was your mini force field. And then footsies then affected neutral. Okay? Because I know someone was asking, do you think footsies is the same as neutral? I don't, but I do think that footsies is a part of neutral in Street Fighter 2 because just mashing on these light attacks affected proximity guard, affected all these different things because it had such a large influence on the match, right? Now, footsies, you do not check with fucking mashing on duck little kick. You don't check with these kind of attacks in Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6. They don't even cause proximity blocking in the same way. You know what I mean? These games don't work the same way. Is there neutral? Yes. So why don't you just say, oh, hey, the neutral in Street Fighter 2. And in Street Fighter 2, the neutral involves footsies. In Street Fighter 6, there's neutral. Neutral involves Slimer. You know what I mean? It doesn't involve footsies the same way. And like I said, again, what I mentioned in this video, it's funny that people are like, oh, we want to use this term back in the day, but oh, we don't want to use a priority because, we like hitboxes and hurt boxes and all this, saying all this other kind of shit. When priority, if you use your brain, listen, no one thinks that there was legitimate priority, or well, I'm sure maybe there was somebody that actually thought that, but no one's like, oh, this has legitimate priority, it can't lose or something like that, It's just an easy word, right? I don't know, man. I just see that, but it's Eventhubs, so who's surprised, right? Fucking Eventhubs So I should go find those posts again where Eventhubs was deleting everyone who would post nice things about me. Eventhubs would delete and then keep up all the lies about me. While they also kept up bot posts, which I thought was hilarious, right? But Eventhubs also fucking promotes a desk for GameFAQs code, so, insane. Eventhubs. Fuck me, dude. Anyway, remember if you like the videos, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. The end.